This is a Marvel Snap coaching session. My student was stuck at rank 90 and asked for my help. 6 hours later, they will rank 100. With just 1 hour of my help, they were able to use the tips I gave them and the deck which we built together to get them to rank 100. As simple as that. If you are yourself interested in a coaching session, check out the description for more details. I hope you enjoy this video. Yeah, so what would you say is the best card in the game?
I mean, I know what you would say the best card.
I'm not going to start with America Chavez, in fairness. I'm actually not going to start with her, I promise.
Well, I mean, of my whole list, it's probably either going to be Leader or She-Hulk.
Okay.
Giving my...
Think cheaper.
Sunspot.
No, getting closer though. Think pay to win.
Zabu.
Yeah, I think Zabu's just so broken. I really do.
Fair enough, man. Yeah.
Card is, I think it's the best card that they've ever printed in this game.
I'm not an idiot, right? Like I'd be willing to talk to you through my thought process here, but like, you know, I just need that last like 5-10% of knowledge of this game because this is my first ever card game.
Ah, bang. Amazing. How did you find out about it?
Some streamers.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No ads, sadly. All right, obviously nothing to play right now. Cool.
And this is fine, right? Like a lot of the time it feels it can feel bad to just like be playing nothing, but in Snap, like the first 2 turns a lot of the time are kind of overrated in a lot of ways.
All right, Patriot for sure. So obviously Lady Sif middle.
Sounds good to me.
If I had Ghost Rider, I'd consider Hollow.
Sure.
I might, depending on what we draw, I'm thinking maybe Jubilee into Hollow. Okay, never mind. Patriot Surfer.
So
spicy.
So we find Ghost Rider. So obviously, like trying to abuse our opponent into Halilite if they play something that's tempting. However, I do think it's worth trying to roll Jubilee here because of the fact that Zabu's still in deck. Like if we can get Zabu down this turn, that would just mean the next turn we can play like Ghost Rider and something else, right? Which would be pretty nice.
We probably want to ensure middle lane then because if it's Zabu, I don't know, something Max could show up or. You know, we don't know where it's going to jump around.
The concern of playing into Hala is if we hit the Zabu, right, we'd feel like a Wally.
Right, exactly.
Like we could go into Strange Academy as well. I don't think it matters too much, honestly.
Okay, let's do this.
And this is where just being greedy in the deck and having so many big cards. Okay, that's a bit of a high roll.
Good. It's pretty good. All right, thinking Ghost Rider. Middle.
So the only concern with Ghost Rider middle is the fact that Infinite could end up going mid as well.
We can hedge that. Dracula, but like the problem is that these guys can show up anywhere.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. Maybe we were wrong to play Jubilee into Strange Academy. Maybe when I said it didn't matter, like on reflection, we could have done that a little bit differently.
If we do this, Giganto shows up middle here. Only one of them is getting here, but that also means we might be overcommitted to here. So actually,
we could also just Ghost Rider left. I guess like statistic. I don't know. I think we probably just accept we misplayed a little bit, and we might just end up with too many points in a certain location.
Yep. All right, we're gonna let the dice fall where they fall.
And this is what Sif does quite well for this deck. Is it? Yes, that's not ideal. We might have messed up.
All right, cool. Fucking awesome, super sick.
Okay, well,
does Magneto win me here?
Good question. So we also need to like think about what our opponent's most likely playing, and it's going to be like
Patriot
Mystique, Silver Surfer.
No, it's probably Patriot. Yeah.
We've got like the retreat button.
There's too many twos. Yeah, there's too many. Yeah, exactly. There's too many twos for Silver Surfer. It's gonna be Patriot Mystique, which is like 4 to everybody. So this over here is going to be Jesus. He's definitely playing to the right? Like to win.
Yeah, so they're most likely going to play 2 cards.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Magneto could do it, but it's up to you if you want to risk
pull
it.
A brood.
It's only for a cube, over. Right? So I figure we may as well go for it.
Yeah. Thing is, though, it's going to pull a brood over, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe it pulls one from the vault instead of Hollow. I don't know. We're going to see.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Looks like a win. Oh, is that a win? Yeah, it's a win. There's the man Magneto doing the business.
Does snap?
So
or do you wait a turn?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, like we could snap straight away. we're not going to be playing anything for the first 2 turns, so you could argue that we don't want our opponent to retreat if we're confident, right? So I would wager on average it's probably best to just wait.
Okay. It makes sense.
Because they see like, oh, they've not played anything. I guess like the other thing to consider though is if you snap on turn 3, Zabu becomes slightly more obvious. So maybe we just snap on turn 2. I don't really think there's a perfect...
Yeah.
I don't think there's really a perfect...
Right. Zabu, turn 4, Dracula into... Zabu into Kiln, Dracula into Kiln, something else somewhere else. Maybe Jubilee to a different lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're pretty confident of winning this middle location.
Shit. Okay, this is... Maybe Dracula actually goes to the Space Throne and we play something else, maybe Juby.
Yeah, quite possibly. Dracula into Space Throne is most likely going to win it. They're probably going to struggle with Space Throne as well, so I think we should just like focus on getting this middle win. It looks, with the fact they're playing like Sinister clones,
Desperation. Yeah.
You would imagine it's like some kind of Blue Marvel kind of deck, or Patriot perhaps.
What the hell? Okay. This does change the math a little bit. I think we do both.
So if we go both, the question is then how are we going to win space? We definitely want to play 2 cards into the middle location here. I would say...
Do we just want to believe?
I would say we could probably play Drac mid. I think we can play Drac mid because we could even skip 5 and then just go Infinite right, for example. Maybe. It's a bit dodgy, but...
Yeah, looking at the rest of the cards in the deck right now, it's actually not great for... The best thing Jubilee can hit would probably be Chavez.
Yeah, this is also like where the Sith Ghost Rider thing can be a little awkward, because if we Jubilee into Ghost Rider, we feel pretty sad, but just kind of is what it is.
Yep. Is he Galactusing?
Nice. So if we hadn't already snapped, we'd probably take this opportunity to snap.
Yep.
Mid is secure unless they have like a Blue Marvel and we low roll. So the question is now, like, do we want to... We're not...
Our hands.
They actually snap. Okay, so what do you think? Why do you think they've snapped here? That's like what we should be thinking about. Like, what is...
Leader?
Yeah, they could have like
or they're Galactusing the Space Throne.
Galactus Space Throne is just
who
losing,
plays
right?
Wolverine?
Yeah, it's very true. It's very, very true.
Like, this is... It's absolute psycho build. I don't know.
Maybe they have like a Blue Marvel, like a Claw, some kind of card like that of putting more stats mid.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. That tracks. So what do you think we're going to do here for turn 5? I think we need to start thinning our hand for Dracula.
Yep. I would agree.
We could just toss it this way.
I don't think we want to Sif to the right, to be honest. I think we play...
I think we can still win that.
We play Rock Slide, maybe. Yeah, Sif and Rock Slide seems fine.
Okay. It's a claw. Yep.
Definitely a little dodgy, fortunately. Okay, we got very lucky to draw this bad boy.
Right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
There is logic. No, we would still lose the kiln if whatever Dracula gets. This is a loss. No, because we could pull... He's going to play something into Space Throne.
It's a 50-50
right.
on on Drac, right? Which we should never run away on.
Cubes.
We should never run away on a 50-50 because we lose 100% of the time.
Sure. All right. Obviously, Magneto to the right then. That's the only...
Yep. It's definitely correct to play it out, no doubt. Easy!
Wow.
Yeah, so
just win the 50-50.
When it comes down to odds like this on when you should run, it's around 40%. That if you have a 40% chance of winning, you should still be playing in that situation. Again, because you lose 100% of the time you concede. So,
see, that's great intel. That is the stuff that I struggle with. But that kind of makes sense. Is there like an expected value?
Yeah, there's some maths. I can't remember the exact how it breaks down. I've just seen like a spreadsheet about it back in the beta days. One of the developers tweeted it out actually.
That's lovely.
Let's see if I can find it at some point.
Oh, sick. Vision. Definitely not snapping. Just vibing.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, what like the Sif package offers is like if you do miss Zabu, like you've still got a little more something.
Okay.
Beautiful. So, are you thinking anything?
I'm thinking just Lady Sifing this turn. Probably snapping.
Definitely snapping, yeah. Like, the Sakar went in our favor, but moreover, just the fact that we got the Zabu.
All right, they didn't like that.
No. And, like, there's some merit to say, like, okay, was this actually a correct snap? Could we have maybe waited a little bit?
No.
But, like, at the end of the day, we're happy with our 1 cube victory and we just move on, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't going to stick around anyways then. You know? There is something peaceful about knowing, you know, oh shit. It's really peaceful that you know when you have Zabu, you're in a position of strength, and then everything else is just
exactly.
terrible.
It kind of that's why I think the card is so broken. Like, it just kind of ruins the whole snap system. You don't have to think about it so much, but
I kind of want to just contest for priority, but I could also play it literally anywhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really like the logic of just playing to the left because it gets us 1 point ahead. 1 point ahead is enough to be winning a location, right?
Oh, crap. All right. Probably going to Ghost Rider. Nope. Caught myself here. I need space for Jubilee and Ghost Rider, so I should thinking Zabu to the left.
Seems good to me. And I probably agree with you not to have snapped here because of the board state. It's kind of awkward for us.
All right. Cool. Let's say that I didn't forget, and that was tactical.
Sure.
Right, This is turn 5. I'm thinking this and something else.
I definitely agree with Spidey. Often what we want to tend to do is like not fill up a lane, so our opponent's kind of guessing where we're going. However, we also have the issue that we have Jubilee and Ghost Rider in hand, right? Which are taking up 2 spots. We know we're drawing Chavez. Maybe Rock Slide. We're going to be playing all 3 of these.
I know.
It's a weird
You saw me
one,
hovering
right?
over them. I think both of them are very...
There's no perfect play because the rocks are making things awkward, which is why I think we shouldn't snap. I think maybe just slam like Ghost Rider mid, to be honest. I could see it.
Yeah, for sure. Patriot Mystique. Oh, Patriot Rock. Okay. What do we draw? Chavez, right? Okay. Do we roll the 50-50? Do we... There's Chavez lane.
You tell me.
All right. They can't play anything over here to the right. The last card they played was a rock, so it's not going to be Mystique. So they're going to play... It's not going to be an Onslaught to the left. It could be Ultron, which then slams down 5 power, right?
Yeah, Ultron's going to put into the right location...
5 power, which means we lose with Chavez there.
Yep.
So I don't think that works. We're going to lose to the left as well. My thought is actually to retreat because it doesn't look we can outpower him.
So only if it's Ultron, right? But like it could be like a Blue Marvel, for example, as well.
Blue Marvel math means they get a +1 to the right, so that'd be 13. That ties still.
And we
10 plus
probably win
3.
the tiebreaker. Do we?
With the differential of...
This is one you could run on. I would
7.
probably
That's
play it
10.
out, to be honest, because it's like an extra cube, and it's like we
That's
lose
10 and we're 12 up. No, this is gonna get much shorter actually, because of the Blue Marvel.
I think we can play it out.
Let's play it out. It's only for 2. It's for 2 cubes.
Yeah, it's one of those ones we lose 100% of the time, and like there's 2 cards which beat us.
Oh shit. Okay, great.
But it's really like it's a really good thing that you're like thinking about like what they could have to beat, like Ultron. I didn't even think about Blue Marvel's like the other big one, right? So
yeah, they're ranges, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Zabu in opening hand, probably snapping turn 2. This is a little spooky.
Yeah, Raft can be dodgy for us. That's for sure.
Freaking broods, man. Okay, this is even more.
I think we snap.
Let's believe.
Yeah.
Zabu onto the raft unless this place is okay.
The correct play from our opponent a lot of the time here is like in this current meta is to actually just concede. Most people won't do it.
Oh, sick. We're filling up the raft next turn. Next turn we're going to Rock Slide Jubilee. and fill up the raft.
Sounds good. Depending on how many cards they play in the raft themselves. Because if they play 2 cards in the raft here, they would beat us to it because of the way like Jubilee would be face down at first. But yeah, why not just go for it? Wonderful. Rockside's really good into Mr. Negative as well.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Oh, sick.
So yeah, the sad thing is we're probably going to be losing the left lane, but they still have to play a lot of points.
I don't know. I think Magneto might be able to
true.
salvage it. All right. This is turn 5.
Yep.
Part of me thinks to do this actually.
Yeah, it's a good line, but it's also a risky line.
For sure.
Probably we don't need to.
I got a free damn Hulk though. You know what I mean? So like Dracula and Hulk over here to the right seems pretty damn good, right?
I agree, but like, what happens if they just play a card mid this turn? Then we just lose the location. I think we're in a really winning spot. I think we could like we definitely don't want to play the Hulk. We want to hold the Hulk until the last turn for the same reason. I think we probably don't want to play
anything. Magic.
Yeah, they could play Magic. I would say we probably just want. I wouldn't put Drac mid necessarily either. Okay. You could Spider-Man mid if you would like to. I would say it's a little bit risky. I think this is probably the play.
Safest.
I think this is the play. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense because they're gonna Sarah.
We're in a strong spot, right? So
yeah,
I don't think we need to.
That's pretty
risky
good.
Too much. And the logic with the Hulk, similar with She-Hulk, right? Like if you've just got surprise value, which you can drop on the last turn, it can go a long way.
This is my thought.
Seems good to me.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And if we could snap again, I'm sure we would.
Oh my god, I didn't think about the Omega Red if this works out.
Oh!
Believe. Triple crown.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, if we keep this up well, I might actually hit infinite in our time span. All right. Initial thought might be Zoo or Darkhawk, but it seems kind of rare.
Yeah, Darkhawk would be the most likely in the current meta.
I like the guy's name. Arrow, not Wave. All right, this guy's. Obviously, I'm siffing. I just don't know where. Are you kidding me? How many times?
It's the conspiracy.
I know, right? Okay. It doesn't really matter where we play him.
I mean, this is the perfect spot. We don't want to play into Space Throne, and I like.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
I also like not playing stuff into New York because then we just have the more flexibility later on, right?
Exactly. We can dump the ninja in there if we need it.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is that this is a Dracula Zabu deck. Or sorry, a Dracula Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Rock Slide, but I'm thinking about going mid or kind of need the space.
I think we can probably just keep it mid just because we have the flexibility then.
That's true.
Okay, so this game, like, if we compare it to the last game, we had no Zabu early, right? So we don't have that many points. This is the kind of game where Spider-Man into Space Throne is the play. Now, also even more so because we could then move Spider-Man into New York. The next question that we should ask is this play good enough that we think we can snap on it?
See, that kind of slow down question is super helpful. All right, so we block them off, we win Space Throne. Best case scenario. Second thing happens, though, is New York. Honestly, man, the New York is going to be a dice call. They're probably going to play Devil Dino right into Shadowlands at the start, right? That's because the Moon Girl, I don't know. Maybe it's Blue Marvel.
They also might slam like a Dino into Space Throne this turn, right? So I would say we don't snap. We definitely want to play the Rock though, just because of Dracula in case we end up playing that, right?
Right. So we're going to do that.
We should just play it into Shadowland just so we've got the option.
Right, because we can always move it.
Yep.
She-Hulk. Double She-Hulk. I'm just biased because that's what I expected.
Yeah, it seems likely.
All right. So how do I win middle?
Well, also, like, so the thing with New
Or
York
actually,
is
can I out?
New
Yeah.
York really is just like a bit of a mess. There's no perfect like way of doing it.
Right.
Because in theory they could also move their ninja into New York, right, and then play like double
Right.
She-Hulk mid.
Right. So because they can't move the 7 power, I almost want to play harder into New York. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we? My first thought is basically how do I slam all this power as I can over to it?
Okay. Now,
But we
interestingly,
might lose the differential.
interestingly, my go-to would actually be the
Yeah.
opposite, and I would probably put more stats in Shadowland. But I don't think
Sure.
there's really a perfect response, perfect way of doing this. It really is just like, I do think we should snap though, with the whole fact that the space throwing is secure.
Right.
We might end up losing, but I'd say we're slightly favored here, and also by snapping, there's a chance that they run away, right? Which then would just get
For
us
sure.
the cube, and I think we're just happy to win, however many cubes are. We could have snapped before the Spider-Man, but like there was a lot of ways they could have done us dirty. And yeah, they kind of made it the most predictable way. So we would have won with either play here, but the snap was nice. Yeah. Like we could have snapped on 5, but it would have been a risk, right? Like if they played like a Devil Dinosaur into Space Throne. So I think we played this pretty much bang on.
Yeah, if they would have went into on turn 5 into the Space Throne, that absolutely is a retreat.
Mm-hmm.
But that made sense. I'm proud of myself of reading the She-Hulk there.
Yeah, great job, definitely. That's also what you'll probably notice in card games is if there's a deck or a card that you've played yourself quite a bit, you come to expect that play more. Whereas if you haven't got access to a certain card or deck, it's more difficult to spot the play styles, right? So that's why it's just nice to just play a variety of different decks. Like I know
is this worth it? Sorry. Is Lady Siffing into Ghost Riding Magneto worth it, or should I hold off?
Yeah, I mean, why would it not be worth it, right? Like it's big stats for very little.
Yeah. Well, there's the positional elements of Magneto.
Yeah, very true. But like there'll also be some like another 6-drop that we can slam on the final turn, right?
Do you believe in playing into the unknown when possible, or no?
You could do some maths on it. It's kind of. I think it's probably. I mean, we've seen Space Throne so many times. Maybe not. I don't even know.
I'm gonna be safe.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard, right?
I actually want to do some maths on it. It used to be the case where you would, but at the moment, I feel like there's so many destroy locations they've added recently. I honestly don't know
how. Obviously, I want to destroy Vormir, but actually, something tells me this is probably the easiest option.
This seems good to me.
We do it now, right?
Yeah, like there's also a question whether we should snap. I don't think we should. I mean, it's tempting.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. So we do this. Turn 4 is probably Dracula, depending on what we draw is coming down. Turn 5, Spider-Man, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Omega Red would also be like a really nice find because that would actually be our way of winning Sanctumorium.
Ooh. Now that's clever. Alright, jamming that shit up. Seems good.
Yeah, even this just like little bit of early movement is pretty valuable.
Well, that seems pretty good for me. Brutal. Alright. Part of me doesn't even want to play into flooding, but I also don't see another way. I don't think my Omega Red play line is going to work for flooding with the Bishop over here now, actually.
Agreed.
So I'm thinking about pivoting. I wish it was turn 5 so we could Elysium Spider-Man. I mean, part of me thinks I still think maybe Elysium Spider-Man this turn might be okay.
Yep, it's
they're gonna probably play Sarah. You know, like they're gonna be out of options. They play into flooding and that's it.
It blocks them from a turn, but also like there's only 2 locations. I think we just play Dracula into the right. I honestly think we can snap on it as well because we have the Spider-Man play next turn. We should surely be winning the flooded lane. Like, Dracula's most likely going to hit Chavez because we can play Spider-Man and then we can play, like, Rockside or Mega Red. I think we just put as mid. Okay, so they managed to get some stats mid. But we've won the right, so now we just have to win the left and we win.
So tempting, but this is the better play.
Yeah, it's got to be. And interestingly, like, the Omega Red could go through for us to the left as well, depending on what they play here.
My guess is they want to play Sarah, but it looks like they played Brood, and I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely
Cool,
looks
dude.
like Silver Surfer was about to come, but the Spider-Man did the job.
I know, right? Yeah, okay. Awesome. My god, dude. I have the stats open. Our cube gain is already like plus 20 with this.
Nice, let's go.
Plus, we're plus 23 with 100% win rate right now.
No way.
This better go in your yeah. We're 7-0, man. Really, Leo, your decision and walkthroughs about when to snapping has been really, really the most helpful right now. In addition to the deck theory stuff, right? This has been super, super good for me because that's definitely something I've been struggling the most with.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Are you enjoying yourself? Am I
yeah,
a good
man,
student?
mate. I love to do little teaching bits and bobs. So, and I'm definitely enjoying myself, especially because we're winning. Which helps.
For sure.
I remember doing some Gwent coaching where like we played for like an hour, and Gwent games take like 15, 16 minutes, and we lost every game.
Alright. Part of me just wants to dumpster this Sunspot, but that's not the right play. The right play is obviously Zabu.
There is a big
Zabu
dilemma
and
with Zabu.
Lechigia. Yeah. This seems bad.
Yeah,
this seems like okay.
Yeah, we don't want Zabu to die, but at least it's going to die on after turn 5.
We're going to get value.
And we can
we're
just
get
play
value.
a 6-drop, right?
Yeah.
There was one mistake. We didn't snap, but our opponent also played Zabu, so they should have also snapped. And we don't want to snap now because I also have one. Like, I'm not feeling that confident.
We have achieved power parity.
Mm-hmm.
So turn 4, we probably won't play 2 2-drops. So it's going to be probably Rock Slide and Dracula. Just where are we going to play them? If we do friggin' Lechigia, that really jams up their rocks, you know?
Yeah, I think we just don't want. I don't think we want to play into Lechigia still. I really hate this. Like, it's so bad to get rocks in our deck. Like 3 is a lot, so we should just delay it by as much as possible. The sad reality is a lot of these cards are going to die in Rickety Bridge as well. So I think we just stack mid. I think honestly though.
All right then. Dracula. I think we're gonna do. I don't know because with Lady Sif, I don't know if we're gonna do Dracula or Mega Red at this situation. Obviously not Spider-Man. That's a turn 5. So I'm just gonna do a Mega Red right now.
I think that's a sensible decision because the risk is these cards can die, right? So we'd rather hold on to Dracula.
All right, we got the mirror.
Hell Cow. It's almost snap worthy because it's just a bit of a weird card. They've also played into Lechi twice. So honestly, at this point, I think we can snap. Like, they have so many flipping rocks in their deck. It's unbelievable.
All right. This seems like a fun play line. But all my guys are going to die.
Spider-Man into Rickety Bridge is kind of big brain. I didn't even see that line. At this point, we can play left because we're just throwing Chavez, right? And then we can just go Sif Ghost Rider last turn.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking this,
you
right?
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Nailed.
Okay.
Perfect.
My sweet summer child. I don't think he's sticking around.
No. I mean, you never know. The deck is very wonky, I must confess.
Yeah, I'm going to kill something at least. There. Okay, you didn't like that one.
Love it.
Let's keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Snap or wait?
What'd you think?
We don't have a turn 2 play either, so they probably know it's Zabu, so I'm going to wait till turn 2 anyways. I like knowing at least two of the
Yeah, I think it makes
right?
sense to wait. Like, if we don't play anything turn 1, they're less likely to just run. And we're feeling confident. We get a bit of info. So.
This is bad. Everything going into the Rickety Bridge seems actually not snappable.
It's also bad for our opponent, though, right? We're both working with the same, so I think Zabu in hand, I think we just snap, honestly.
All right.
I really do. Chance they might run away, like, as well, like, the way you're looking at it, like, the locations are kind of dodgy. They might also be thinking the same thing, you know? It's just a free win.
Get that cube.
And I think that's a very good fold from our opponent, actually, because, like, Someone's snapping on turn 2. It should most likely be Zabu in this matter.
Yeah. You either believe that I have no idea what I'm doing, or you're overmatched. This, honestly, I'm feeling confident enough just to snap on turn 1. But
do it.
We're gonna do it. No, we're doing it turn 2. We're doing it turn 2. That seems to be working out the best for us. Because watch us be Iceman and hit the Zabu, you know?
Yeah, we could wait then.
Now we're doing it.
Let's go.
My hand's big enough. It's a target-rich environment.
So one thing we just need to be a little bit wary of is cloning vats with Dracula can be a bit dodgy at times.
For sure. Do I clone Zabu?
No, I don't think so. You could, but it's taking, especially now like Sanctumorum's shown up. It's just taking up too much space, probably, right?
Oh, all right. Actually, though, like this, just permanently keeping them off cloning that seems like the move, and filling them with rocks also seems like a pretty good move. Then follow up with. No, I think I need to do this instead. And then Spider-Man, Omega Red.
Yeah, this seems good. I like the decision not to rock slide the cloning vats here.
Yeah, but I think Omega Red's going to get me into... Okay, I hate this guy.
It's a good play from our opponent. Also important to remember they have another Cosmo in hand, so they could go for another Cosmo to the left. It would be...
They have Prio.
Yeah, so they could take another Cosmo. It would be pretty risky. But I wouldn't be... The question is, do we want a Spider-Man left? Like, do we think that they're going to play their other Cosmo to the left? Probably. They know we've got another Spider-Man. I think they probably play the other Cosmo.
Well, if they play the other Cosmo, we retreat, you know? But we gotta...
We have so many points potentially, though, right? Like, we could even, like, double Drac. I certainly wouldn't fill up the left lane. I kind of don't like the Spider-Man play. I almost think we want a Jubilee. It's tricky. We could... I think, like, the Spider-Man left is too obvious.
Jubilee hits Sif.
We could go, like, Dracula, Mega Red mid.
Yeah, that was my... Okay.
It's a bit dodgy with Dracula and cloning bats because, like, it might hit nothing, but... Yeah. Okay, so... This is kind of fine for us.
Alright. So I just filter out my hand, or what do I do?
Well, the big issue is, yeah, I think this is the only play we've got, really, right?
Yeah. We're playing it out, for sure.
Yeah, it's probably worth it. This, obviously, the Dracula pool, what Dracula hits is probably going to dictate whether it's a win or a loss. There's an argument we could run, because, like, but there's what?
A leader, yeah.
There's, like, 2 out of 5 cards.
Yeah.
There's, like, a 40% chance. Oh, it's even better because Magneto comes back into hand.
I think we win on the differential.
Yeah, we win by a point. Easy! Another victory!
Easy 4 points.
So, this was actually, because of the fact that Magneto went back into our hand, it was like a 50-50 that Dracula was going to hit something big.
Yeah, at least 10. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah, I didn't make that assumption, but I knew it was actually pretty good to get.
And on reflection, Spider-Man could have done it, but like we would have probably just Spider-Man on its own, and then they would have arrowed another card in. We might not have even had enough points. So
right, I think there's something to be said about just putting stats on the board as opposed to trying to just deny an opportunity. And
definitely, just especially because they had the info, and I think Spider-Man was the most likely player, right?
Yeah. I think the math is different if all 3 lanes were available. With Sanctum Sanctorum, though, you really got to win and hope for the differential. I'm comfortable snapping here.
Do it.
Do you use Zabu, Mur Island? Or Baxter? Which one's more important? Mur Island's going to get freaking nuts.
Yeah, Mur Island, like getting a card into Mur Island, it's like...
Early is always good.
Yeah, it's like an engine, right? Like we're developing points over time, so it makes sense. And similarly, Zabu is a low statted card, so it would be taking up a spot in Back's building we maybe don't want. So is Death's Domain good for us or bad for us?
Good. Juby and Ghost Rider own that spot.
Perfect.
All right, Kingdom for Cosmo, but that's fine. I see two different play lines here. One is I think saving this for later in the game is actually better.
I agree.
Because I think that they're not going to see it coming. So I think we just do this. No, I think we go Mirror Island actually.
I think I would agree. You could Omega I think you just put stats in this lane. I think it makes sense.
I mean, I think you're saying you want to put a Mega Red into Baxter.
We could put a Mega Red into Baxter just because it's unlikely to go through in that Lockjaw lane, right?
And we also drew Giganto, which is going to make this thing Baxter building.
So yeah, I think we probably go a Mega Red left and Rockside mid. I think that sounds like the best line here.
Yeah, makes sense. Assuming I don't draw Dracula or whatever. Giganto was kind of informing me of that. Okay.
Yeah, they just are going to tend to get quite a lot of stats into their Lockjaw lane. So obviously the benefit of going Mirror Island with Omega Red is that we get...
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, perfect.
Now that we have two options, I don't mind playing one of them somewhere. So this is going to just speed run Giganto to Baxter. This is turn 5 also. Turn 6 then... Or it could be Infinite as well. So if we do this turn,
we could. There's a rogue line,
and then,
which is to actually only play Sif. To just play Sif
wait and see,
and then we just hold the Ghost Rider Jubilee play because
next turn
we know we're drawing Chavez. It's kind of weird, like we're wasting energy, but like the Jubilee's still going to be good next. We want to play both Ghost Rider and Jubilee, right? So we can just end the turn basically. And we're just then withholding as much information as possible. It's like we're getting less points from this line in theory, but we're getting more surprise value.
Yeah. All right, they're doing
the rock slide popping off. This looks like my Lockjaw the Discard deck.
Yep.
Okay, they made it worse, but sure.
All right. I could draw Spider-Man and Magneto off Jubilee. Or Dracula. So I think we do that. A Magneto here would be hilarious.
Yeah, I agree. This is the line. For sure. Magneto could end up being bad, but like also...
Yeah.
Omega Red should pop off.
No, I don't know. They have like a 16 power... what's his name? We still might win the differential.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
Yep.
That is a heartbreaker.
Brutal. That was a 1/3 chance of that happening.
Yeah, we just low rolled right on the Spider-Man.
Yep.
That's what it is. Yeah, we played it correctly then. We didn't miss
Take that out with grace.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is this the same opponent, or I don't know if it is?
Oh, 1 second. No, last opponent was Axum.
Are you able to check that on using Snap Fan or something?
Yeah, exactly. Marvel Snap Pro. All right. Snapping and pausing, or snapping and ending turn.
Any predictions about what their deck is so far?
Yeah, death.
Yeah, most likely.
I had Polaris. I think there's logic for here, but I think Diablo.
Sounds good to me.
It's gonna. That's fine. I think I want to play into Murder World now to contest strength, but also the points into Stark Tower seems pretty good too.
This animation takes a while a lot of the time. Okay.
All right, with Stark Tower standing up, I think I'm actually going to play into there. All right, what gets me the most amount of points here? I don't think actual value of points matters at this point, other than I think we could set this up because we got Infinite in hand.
So we could. We definitely don't
That
want to play
tells us-
Spider-Man, right? I think we always want to
Yeah.
play Rockside now, just because the sooner we play Rockside, the higher chance that we clog their deck with rocks and
This
stop
hits
them drawing a
Sif.
good card, right?
Yeah. This could hit Sif, Ghost Rider, Giganto, or Magneto, which are all pretty bad.
So we could
So
just
I'm not sure.
we could just hold off, like play like a
Mega
Mega
Red.
Red to the right seems maybe okay, or like mid. Yeah, a Mega
Yeah, I
Red
think
mid seems
mid.
good.
Yeah, they're gonna have to fight me.
That is a weak play from them.
I know.
Now this is the turn we should expect wave,
Yep.
but they haven't
Um,
destroyed much. Now,
idea.
I definitely agree with Spider-Maning. There is some potential to Spider-Man and Mega Red. The only problem is we'd then maybe have to commit like another card into that lane. That's going to be an overcommit. I think we want to probably Jubilee the right location to get the Stark Tower buffs.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. All right.
This
If
seems
this
fine.
pulls, this is a 1 in 3 chance of high rolling. The rest of it's Lady Sif and Ghost Rider.
Maybe we don't even want to bother with Jubilee then. Maybe we do just Dracula.
And I think I would rather Dracula mid then, because that's where Omega is.
Sure. I can see it for sure.
That's pretty nice. Venom. Okay.
That's not too bad.
Damn, that's probably the worst one I could have drawn. Okay. Help me see the lines here. Actually, there's a 50-50 chance if I Jubilee, I get Giganto.
And what's the other one? Sif.
Lady Sif. So I think the alternative is this is a win either way.
Yeah, I like the Jubilee play here because even if we hit
Right?
the Sif, then
If you hit Sif, yeah,
Omega
then
Red
Sif
goes
comes
through.
in, exactly, kills one of the two, right? Then Ghost Rider brings it back to the right, and Dracula eats it left.
Yep. Yeah, it just seems
So-
like we can't lose from here.
Okay, nice.
I mean,
Thanks,
maybe
man.
we can, but it
Dude,
seems
all right, this
unlikely.
is yeah. Oh, this feels so good to have someone to talk to, like, and think this stuff through, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, also, like, you'll notice, like, even though we're skipping turn 1 and turn 2, it just means, like, our Jubilee is just always hitting nice stuff, really, right?
Yep. Oh, sick. This is leader. If it's leader, this is still good.
Yeah, this takes very good into leader. Ah, just a little 3-0.
My God. All right, we got time for a couple more, right?
Mm-hmm.
My God, man, the Cubes 1 right now is insane.
Yeah, I must admit, I think we've been getting a little bit lucky too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've definitely have friggin' just absolutely bricked this deck before in the past. Zabu's in hand. What's the second one? Rickety Bridge. I feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Times where I don't feel good is if it's like Space Throne or Sanctum Sanctorum and stuff. I kind of want to see the last location before.
Sure. Space Zone
Yeah.
should suit us overall, though, just because we have like a lot of big cards like Magneto and such.
That's true. Okay, well, that's okay.
Yep, that is
Obvious
the only
play.
option.
Yeah, I like it when the game just tells you what to do.
And I definitely like the look of Spider-Man into Rickety Bridge again, like he did in the previous game.
Sure, in turn
On
5.
5, yeah.
Sure. Rock Slide and something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Obviously, it doesn't really matter the options here. Like this is just good.
That's
as the
how I play it.
opposite, right?
Yeah. We don't want to fill up the Central Park, and we don't want to play into Rickety Bridge. Like just filling up a location this early is just never a good idea, really.
All right. He's going to play Sarah into Central Park next turn, which means I'm playing into Isle of Silence with Spider-Man next turn.
We could also consider like just winning the flooded lane, right?
True. Just do this.
Yeah, I think just secure the location and then we either play Giganto or Chavez.
Yeah. Whatever's left. Yeah. Well, they can't kick us all out with the jug, so give me your best. All right. Well, that seems pretty good. We already snapped. It's a great feeling. I think we're just going to Giganto left.
Seems like the play. It's not like they're necessarily going to expect Giganto either, right? Like, there's some argument that we could Chavez, right? Because it's like more of a surprise play, but it's 5 points less, and yeah.
Well, I think they're going to have to bank everything on a 50-50 Shang-Chi somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think them thinking that we have Giganto in the deck is enough to inform them whether or not to play. Definitely should play left in that kind of deck.
Sure. No, I think you're right. Like, that's great that, like you were saying, like, how do we lose this? And it is them like going for a random Shang-Chi to the left. That was pretty much our lose con, but yeah. Like, they could also play. They can play up to 4 cards, which would make Bishop grow, and I think that's a good concede from them.
Yeah. Definitely. Nice. I think 93 is my highest rank so far.
Bang.
Ooh.
Love it, mate.
That's the best draw. We have been getting extraordinarily lucky with drawing Zabu.
That's also the thing, right? Like, when you don't draw Zabu, you just lose 1 cube. Usually.
Yep.
The Lady Sif stuff, the Dracula and Jubilee stuff does give you like a little bit of license. Now, I actually quite like playing into Mirror Dimension here, just because it could go to
Legigia.
Yeah, just get like those stats in there just in case.
I like it. All right, that does inform where we're playing. All right, we're going to enjoy some rocks, which makes me definitely not want to... I mean, I think we're just going to have to... No, I think we do this.
Yeah, this seems a very good decision to me.
We just thinking ahead.
We just don't want to get rocks. Go on.
No, I was thinking ahead is once I get a high card in my hand, I feel like I don't really care about Jubilee anymore and the rocks, right? So this is the best use of mana for energy.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to just be getting rocks in our deck this early on. It's going to be a pain. But like, if we get rocks next turn, we have Chavez, so who cares?
That makes me feel better.
So the Iceman does make things awkward here.
Yeah. We do it next turn. We Ghost Rider next turn.
Yeah, so we should definitely Jubilee before the rock side as well, just because it decreases the odds of us hitting rocks that way. Obviously, we can't play Jubilee mid, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think then this
we probably want a rock slide just in case.
No, we save that. Yeah, we save that for the turn 6. You're right.
So yeah, we probably just go rock slide, yeah. No rock! I don't even know how this actually resolves. Maybe it's not possible to hit a rock.
Insane.
Yeah, like the amount of points we just dumped down this turn is pretty unfair.
Yeah, to put it mildly. I think this is the move.
So I would say in this situation we didn't need to Ghost Rider mid. It's like overkill, right?
Oh yeah, but we got the Omega Red as well.
Yeah, but like Dracula's also helping it go through, right? If they don't play anything there. So
Right,
even if they end up playing in mid and Omega Red doesn't go through, they've still committed stats to a losing lane, right? So I think it would have been better to have Sift mid and then Ghost Rider left.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Is that they would be playing it? Yeah, I have to think more like play to the lane that they think is strongest for them to play in. So yeah, because this deck absolutely just outpowers lanes.
Yeah,
that's its
very
its
broken.
secret sauce. Yeah, it's pretty good. Just a casual 92.86% win rate with you talking me through this right now. 13-1. Okay, so it's been a great time. This might be the rare no Zabu play.
Yeah, it might be. And in which case, like,
we might still stick it out.
We should just maybe, but we should just aim to lose 1 cube, right? Especially if we don't find Sif on 3. Like, if our opponent was to snap us at this stage, right?
We back out for sure.
We would fold for sure without Zabu in hand.
Right.
We would just fold.
Yep. Free Sentinels for the rest of the game. As long as we're in for one, we're in for one.
Yeah, and this is it, right? Like, a lot of people would be like, oh, this deck sucks. I've not played anything in the first 3 turns. But it's like, yeah, okay. But you just fold and lose 1 cube. It's not a big deal.
They don't call us -1, so like I don't know why he's doing that. But
so at this point as well, we should just be thinking about
Zabu. Damn it.
We should just be thinking at this point, like, what's our win con? Like, how can we cheese a victory out from here? And there is a play.
I don't see the Magneto play working. It's got to be Dracula and something.
So we can only play 1 card this turn, right? And there is 1 card which could high roll us into a cheese win condition potentially.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We could hit
This could hit
Spider-Man. Yeah. Zabu would also be okay.
Yep. It also could hit Giganto and Chavez, so this seems okay.
This is why I just hate the idea of playing like Scorpion and Iceman and Sunspot in this deck, right? You just want to hit something juicy.
Yeah. Those first 2 rounds of tempo don't really matter much. Okay.
When you have Absorbing Man as well in this deck, like you can Absorbing Man the Jubilee, for example. If you don't go for the double Spidey.
Okay. I think Ghostwriting this lane is overkill.
Yeah, like unfortunately we can't Spider-Man, right? Because if we Spider-Man, we would have to have a follow-up. And because we don't have Zabu, it's just awkward. So I do
play the biggest thing. These are... Go ahead.
Like, I do agree with you. Like, Ghost Rider does seem overkill. So the decision is, do we want to like play Dracula and then high roll on to the final turn to try and win? I mean, that would be the line. We would play Dracula and then Ghost Rider elsewhere. And then we would just hope that Dracula high rolls. It's not an amazing line though, but I feel like it's the only spot we would ever really win from here. The decision is, do we actually want to play it out? We're pretty confident that we're going to win the middle lane with the Ghost Rider. We wouldn't want to play into Cloning Vats because it makes our Dracula worse.
Oh god, no.
So the question is this worth it? Well, we can just like look at the odds of Dracula hitting something good. There's 5 cards in hand, 2 of which are decent.
I mean, 3. 3
yeah,
are
3.
Kind of.
The rock side's buffed. So, I mean...
60%?
Yeah. Also worth bearing in mind, Dracula does lose its 2 points. So we're actually at 5 right now.
True. I mean, it's only 2 cubes, though.
Yeah, I would play it out personally, but that's because I'm a believer.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Okay. Well, we lost. I guess we could have actually known this from the White Queen play as well, right? That they had the Magneto.
Literally, our entire conversation never.
yeah.
That never even got into the.
And that's actually a big weakness of mine as well. Is just like not focusing enough on what my opponent's doing. Too focused on what I'm doing. So it's definitely a good thing to.
Yeah. All right, we got completely owned. That's fine. Yeah. Enjoy your triple Quinjet victory, buddy. That's never gonna win a game again.
So we'll call it there, mate. If that's all right with you. What was the final win rate?
Okay, final win rate is hold on, I gotta take. There's the L. 86%.
Not bad. If you could take a little screenshot of that and post in the Discord, that'd be awesome.
For sure, man. All right, this has been an absolute blast. You are a class teacher.
I would hope so, man. I would hope so, seeing as that was my profession before I went stream full time.
Sick, man.